Hey guys, it's Ruth. I'm here with your History Mystery Monday, and today we have a special guest. Hey John,
Hi there.
what are you working on?
Well, I'm trying to figure out who owned and built a house in 1845, 1846. We had someone come in asking about their home, which is on East Cottage Street, and there was conflicting information. One of the write-ups that we had said it was owned by, or it was built by a man by the name of Aristarchus Champion. Now, Aristarchus Champion was a big deal in early Chagrin. He actually built what is now Township Hall as a library. He was a major investor. He owned most of the property that was in Geauga County that became part of Chagrin Falls in 1843. So really wasn't sure, and it's an interesting house. Here's a picture of the house. It's on 15 East Cottage Street, and you can see it's quite ornate. It's not a big house, although it looks like a big house. But it didn't start on 15 East Cottage Street. It originally was on South Main Street. Here's a photograph from the 1880s, 1870s, and you can see the house there on the side of what's known as Grove Hill. And that house was moved in 1929 when they built a gas station, moved over to East Cottage Street. So we are blessed to have a lot of records that were put together by Elizabeth Rogers. And so I thought the best thing for me to do is go back to those records and see what the records tell me. So this is a compilation. It's amazing this woman did this. She went down to the county archives, and this is a compilation of all the different tax information of the properties in Chagrin Falls from 1845. Now she did this from like 1845, actually from 1810 up till around 1900. All of these different, I mean, it's amazing, okay? So as I look at this tax list, I see this property owned by Aristarchus Champion. It's listed as Graves 80 North Half, and I go over here and I see it's being taxed at $12, okay? So that tells me there's nothing built on that property in 1845. So now I go to 1846 and I find Champion again. Here's the property, Graves 80, North Half, and house is built. And you can tell a house is built because the tax has jumped now to $137. So the house was built in 1846 or 1845 because now the tax has gone up. So now I go to 1847 and I look for Champion, and there's no Champion. Okay, he's not here. So we have this other set of research documents that Elizabeth put together, and are over here. These card files. I pulled this out of here. This card, and this says grantee and grantor. So the grantor is the person that sold the property. So I go into the card file. I see Champion as the grantor, and you see all the different properties he sold. And I'm looking for a specific property. Let me find it here. And here it is. Aristarchus Champion sold to George B. Rogers. Now this is Dr. Rogers, who is actually the son of Josiah Rogers. And it says here, it was recorded in volume 39, 177, April 12th, 1845. Now, that tax record said the property in 1846 was still owned by Aristarchus Champion. So what's going on here? So if you look, it says that it actually wasn't recorded until 1847. Okay, so we go back to another Elizabeth file, and what she did was go down to the county archives, and she copied all of these different deeds. So here we have a summary of that document, volume 39, page 177, which talks about the tract, village lot 79 and 80 being sold Aristarchus Champion to George B. Rogers. And it tells you that that sale actually took place in New York, because that's where Champion was located. It took place in New York in 1845, but it wasn't registered until 1847. So, who built the house? That's the real question. Was it Dr. Rogers that built the house? It was built in 1845-46. He owned the property then, but it is a very ornate and interesting property. So this is kind of an ongoing mystery that we're going to continue to look at and try and figure out who exactly built this house that's now at 15 East Cottage Street.
Awesome. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.